Right, for NZB and for Alabar, Graeme Henley joins me. So Graeme, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
Oh, thank you. We tried something a little bit different. We're going to highlight a couple of horses as well, but busy day. You've got the boys from NZB just rocked up, James and Cam, already starting their weanling inspection, but it's a big ordeal, this. I think a lot of the Australian market probably don't understand how much both yourself and Woodlands put into these weanling sales. It's not like you just wean the horses and then take them to the sales. You know, they're prepped, shampooed, washed, photos, videos. There's a lot goes on in this, isn't there?
Yeah, for sure. And the team do a really good job. But when you're doing the numbers we do, like we've got 50 in the sale, so that's that's a lot of work to get them all fed and ready. And but a lot of these horses are bred specifically for the sale. We're trying to give our stallions a good opportunity. We're trying to help the mares along as well, and we breed them specifically for the sale. And we sort of give them like a little mini yearling sale prep to come along here, so they're getting boxed and covered some of the time, or covered all the time, boxed some of the time. They get a lot of handling. But it's a big ordeal just to even get through and do all the photos. We have 7 photos of each horse, and 3 videos of each horse. So that's 500 clips we've got to get. It adds up, but it's really satisfying, and we're really happy with the group this year. It's been a much easier season to get them ready with the weather and the grass we've got. So yeah, really pleased with the group of horses we got.
Just on that, Graeme, like you just said there before, you breed horses specifically for this sale. And, you know, I think Woodlands do to a degree, but you guys have really targeted this weanling sale as an opportunity, I suppose, haven't you? Where you have breeds pretty much you sell all the time through these weanling sales.
Yeah, like we've, from a business perspective, we need to breed a reasonable number to keep everything ticking over. And we also have an obligation to the industry to breed a reasonable number of foals, but we can't breed all those foals and keep them through the winter and through the stud season when it's crazy busy here, and sell them in February at the yearling sales. So what we decided was the right thing to do, or what worked within our business model, was to sell the bulk of them in May at the weanling sales. It enabled us to breed the horses we wanted to breed, but not overstock the place through the winter and spring when it was all about the brood mares. So it works really well, and there's been a lot of good horses come out of the sale, so we're happy to keep doing that. You know, we couldn't breed the numbers we're breeding without being able to sell these ones as weanlings in May.
Yeah, I think it's great insight. A few people have asked me a few times, why does it work in New Zealand but not in Australia? And I think it's effectively the buy-in of both yourself and Woodlands to a largest extent, but there's also a lot of other people. But people understand this market, I suppose, is the right way of putting it, isn't it? Because, I mean, you're not going there. I tell people it's the best sale to go to, because it's not like a yearling sale. It's very, I don't know, different in a great way. I love it. I think it's just an outstanding sale.
Yeah, like historically, mixed stock sales have been sales, certainly within the standardbred industry, they've been sales where people have got rid of horses they didn't want, or horses they didn't think were good enough or whatever. But these horses are, by commercial stallions out of good mares from good families, and they got everything going for them. And if they had different ownership, a lot of them would go through the yearling sales, but just our business model works for them to sell them now. And some people say, it's a shame that these horses are getting sold cheaply. Well, they're getting sold at good value, but it's not cheaply. Like our sale over the last couple of years has averaged between 15 and 18,000. So that works well for us, but it's also a really great opportunity for people to come along to the weanling sale and maybe buy a horse for 15 grand that at the yearling sale might be 35,000.
Yep, and you can be lucky sometimes. You can buy a horse at the right time, can't you? And a couple of horses, Maestro and Majestuoso, two of the beautiful trotters that are best trotters we've seen. Well, best, especially Majestuoso. They're graduates. Of this
absolutely. Yeah, Majestuoso has been a great horse for the Gaths, and obviously our Maestoso's done a great job in West Australia. And we also, another one we sold through the weanling sale, Majestic Trio, has also been a Group 1 winner. So there's a lot of good trotters that come out of the sale, and we've been privileged over the years to stand Majestic Sun, and all those 3 horses are by Majestic Sun. So that has obviously been a boon for us and the industry. So it is a great example of good horses coming out of the sale. And you look around the race meetings in Australia and New Zealand, there's a heck of a lot of nice horses there that have been sold by ourselves or Woodlands through the weanling sale. You go through size stakes finals, and that there's always a horse or two in there out of the weanling sale, and it's a great opportunity, and we get a thrill out of seeing them either go on to be pinhooks through the yearling sale or go on to be racehorses. It's what we do, and we're thrilled about it. We've been having a great run on the racetracks lately, so it's a lot of fun.
Yep, and one of the more unique parts of it, you get to see stallions for the first time represented. I remember a couple of years ago seeing the first of the Captain Crunches, and there was a wow factor about them. They're big, strong horses, even as the weanlings, and I think that's the other unique part you do get with this sale.
Yeah, and that was one of the reasons when we started doing the weanling sale, and we're really conscious of doing it well, was it was the first opportunity to showcase those stallions. And we've done it with several of our new stallions, and it's worked really well. We did it with Vincent.
Yep.
We did it with Always Be Mickey. We've done it with Captain Crunch. And, we put horses in the weanling sale that would have really held their own at the yearling sale, but we just thought we wanted to showcase the stallion. And we popped them through there, and it's done really well. And it just gives the stallion a bit of momentum going into what can sometimes be a hard stud season for them in the third and fourth years.
Yep, exactly, and people get to see them, and then they say they like them, and go from there.
Yep.
We're going to talk about a few horses, but you wrapped in your draft?
Really pleased with them. We've continually trying to upgrade our brood mares, and I think we've done that well over the last few years with horses we've brought in and whatever. And this year, I think just as types, they're as good a group as we've ever had. I think the team do a really good job, and we've kind of fine-tuned the way we do it now. But we've also been really lucky this year with the climate and the grass. Like as I mentioned earlier, last year was incredibly hard because we had the cyclone come through at the end of January, and we just seemed to be chasing our tail after that. So this year it's been much easier. They've got better coats on them, and we're just thrilled. And yeah, I think there's not one horse in the sale that I'm a bit nervous about presenting to someone.
No, it's very, very good. Three of the horses we want to highlight, if you like, Graeme. We might do them in order of that they were paraded, if that's okay with you. Lot number 97 was the first horse that the girls got and paraded. Anyone watching that might get a little bit grainy from time to time. It's just a reception, but I think it's a great way of people being able to see these horses. And they're in a very natural state, because basically we just said to the girls, just grab them and do a couple of laps. So be aware that that's all they are doing is a couple of laps for us. But lot 97 was the first horse you wanted to showcase?
Yeah, I wanted to show him just on type. I think he's one of certainly the colts of the sale for us. He's a lovely horse, and he's a lovely example of what a good Always Be Mickey looks like. He's just a good size. He's got that slightly coppery colour in his coat, and he's forward ahead of some of the other horses just in his coat. And I think that's a really good sign on a horse when they're like that. He's a full brother to a horse called Sharp as Attack, who had a heck of a lot of ability, but he's just having a breakaway. But hopefully he will come back again. So he's got enough pedigree. He's out of a Christian Cullen mare, so it's the same cross as Franco Indy. So yeah, a lovely horse. And I think he on type heads our Always Be Mickeys, but I think the other Always Be Mickeys we got on the sale, we've got two standout fillies that I think are out of really good families. We've got a filly out of Princess Arts who's done a really good job for us, and we sold a Captain Crunch filly out of her a few years ago, and it's now looking really good at the trials. It's won really nicely at the trials. A filly called Ironheart that Stonewall have got.
Yep.
And we've also got the first foal out of a mare called Starlit Art. She's out of Starlit Night. Starlit Night done a wonderful job at stud, but she only ever had one other filly other than Starlit Art, and that was Star of Venus, who was the New Zealand Broodmare of the Year and damned herself assured. So she's a one we're really excited about, and I'm sure people will be looking at her as a future broodmare, as well as obviously a racehorse in the meantime.
Yeah, and that horse there in question, Armour Nightingale, she's had 5 foals to race, 5 have won. This is what you're saying. Yeah. These horses are quality horses. They're not horses that are, we'll put that one through the weanling sales because it might not make much at the yearling sales. This horse would make a poultice at the yearling sales.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we're proud to present him. And he may be one that people might look at pinhooking. But, he's just one of those horses that always looks good in the coat. And I think that's a really good sign on a horse. When you look on the paddock and he's the sharpest one, I think a lot of those horses are the ones that do go on to be nice horses.
This horse took the eye. He's got a little bit of bling about him. This is lot number 80. This is the Vincent out of there's a dancer colt. He's a lovely turned out colt and pedigree to match.
Yeah, no, he's a cracking horse, and like we've got quite a few Vincents in the sale this year, and I think they're the nicest bunch of Vincents we've ever had. They're just really good types, and we've got 4 or 5 colts that are just absolute crackers. I think the one that you've got the footage of out of there is a dancer. He's as good as any. Like you say, he's got a bit of bling. If someone wanted to pinhook him, he would, he'd just look at a million bills at a yearling sale, all shined up. But just a nice horse, and our videos have been done, so they should be on the NZB
It
site
is.
as soon as they upload them. But you have a look at him walk. He walks like a horse that means business. So, like a lovely horse. The mare's done a great job. She was a good filly herself. There's heaps of good horses in the family. She's already left, multiple nice horses like the Ocean Ridge and McGlinchey that won a lot of money in West Australia. So, yeah, no, a cracking horse, and yeah, I think he's one we're really proud of.
Yep. And then the other is another of the, this is lot number 20. I was going to say it's a Vincent, but it's actually not. This is an Art Major filly. Like all sales, there's important updates to happen as they go along. There's a massive important upgrade to this horse here, and a lot of the Australians will be keenly looking at this horse because Demon Blue, owned by the Aussies, won at Alexandra Park, one of the NZB Young Guns race the other day in superb fashion.
Absolutely, like we sold him as a yearling for $120,000, last year, and he's come out as a 2-year-old and looked really good, and he's won ahead of the young guns, and he's certainly in the conversation about the better 2-year-olds of the year this year, and he was a lovely horse, and the filly this year we tossed up whether we keep her for the yearling sales or put her through the weanling sale, and we do really like to have some standouts for the weanling sale to get people to come along, and she fits that bill. Like she's definitely a yearling sale quality filly, but she'll be in the sale with a very realistic reserve, and she's got a lot of quality about her, and I think she'll develop into a lovely filly. Like that mare flying with Mrs. Williams, she's done a wonderful job. But you look at the catalogue, and I think this might be her 11th foal or 10th foal, but it's the first filly she's ever had. So, so if someone wants to get into that family, there's not a lot of fillies out of it, really. But yeah, Flying Mrs. Williams done a great job, and this is the first ever filly out of it.
Yeah, so she's the 11th foal. The 10th is a yearling, so that's 7 winners. But it goes back to that Flying Pocket Lands. It's an amazing family. That family, a lot of the people down south know about it as well, but just keeps leaving winners, doesn't it? This must have been a hard one to put in any sale, Graeme, I would imagine, let alone the weanling sale.
Yeah, like Flying Mrs. Williams, she's a funny thing. She's not actually that old. She must have had her first foal when she was like 3 years old, but she's been at stud 11 years and had 11 foals. So if you look at her age, you think, oh, we'll get plenty more foals out of it. But then you think, well, not a lot of mares have more than 11 or 12 foals. So we've got to start thinking about that. But I don't know, she's just a lovely filly, and we just about sell everything. Certainly of all the foals that we bred that are currently foals, they're all going to be on the market, either in the weanling sale or a few kept for the yearling sale. So we sell everything.
No, amazing, Graeme. Thank you. Any others you want to highlight before we finish up? But it won't be the last chat we have either. I'm going to catch up with the girls at some point in time as well. I know our camera lady's getting sore arms because I see the fingers scroll across the camera every now and then, Graeme, but that's okay.
Okay, yeah. I don't know this. I can't mention everything, but there is certainly would like to mention we got a nice bunch of Captain Crunches in there. Captain Crunch is kicking a lot of good goals at the moment as a new sire, so I'm sure they'll be well sought after. And we've got a lovely bunch of them. We've got a couple of fillies that are really nice. We've got a filly that's out of a sister to Turn the Page, a really top New Zealand bred mare in West Australia now. Out of which this one's out of a mare called Monkey Around. It's a lovely filly. If you look at the photo of her, it's just this really smart filly. And we've also got another filly that I think's got so much residual broodmare value out of a mare Veste, who's done a great job. She's also the dam. It's All About Faith, who was by that same sideline. So this is a 3/4 sister to him. And obviously all the trotters we got. We've mentioned the job we've done with the trotters. We've actually got a full sister in the sale to our mate Stoso.
Yeah.
We've got an Elite Stride in the sale, half sister to Dragonstone. And the Elite Stride sold really, really well in Melbourne. We've got the first crop of Zenith Stride, a really quality horse from North America that Emilio Rosati brought down and brought down to Australia. So yeah, no, his foals look really good, and we've got a couple of the weanlings out of the Cyclone family, so they're closely related to the top 3-year-old trotter in Victoria at the moment, Derek the Jet. So yeah, lots of things to be excited about, and looking forward to it.
No, and it is an amazing sale. I don't think I said it at the start. It is on May 23rd. It's a Thursday for a lot of the Australians. We traditionally sell on Sundays. All of a sudden, we've got a Thursday sale, but it's a great event. I encourage the Aussies to get across there, Graeme. It is unique, isn't it, in its way? I think the way people, I suppose, network, if you like, socialise. You look at the horses, but it's a brilliant sale to be able to build friendships and also, get the opportunity to buy a real quality young horse at a very reasonable rate.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, we'll have our horses, they'll be over there on the Tuesday, so they'll be available to look at late Tuesday and all day Wednesday. There's a parade both ourselves and Woodlands do on the Wednesday afternoon, and then they sell on the Thursday. And the reason it's on the Thursday is they've just settled on that date, the day before the big meeting at Alexandra Park, where they have the Auckland Cup and the Rowe Cup. So if people wanted to come over, it's a great week. You can go to the weanling parade on the Wednesday, sale on the Thursday, Auckland Cup, Rowe Cup on the Friday, and stay at Karaka in the hotel there. So it's excellent time.
No, it is indeed. And that meeting, like you said, Just Believe will be heading that meeting up. But Oscar Bonavina, Muscle Mountain, will be taking him on. So you've got a great trot race. The depth in the paces, headed by Merlin, of course, by Art Major for you guys. He'll be there. He's just doing an awesome job at the minute. Can't quite get across the line, but just doing a terrific job. Max Shard is doing great. So it's going to be a great race as well. Graeme, thank you. Anyone wants to get in touch with you guys from Alabar?
Yep, no, it's the details are in the catalogue or on the Alabar website or whatever. But yeah, just ring myself and I can more than happy to do inspections or whatever, or just an honest appraisal of what I think of the horse or anything about any of the pedigree of the horses.
Yeah. No, good as gold, mate. I look forward to catching up with you. 21st, I'll be over there, so that'll be the same day you guys are arriving. So I really look forward to it. Graeme, thank you so much.
Okay, cheers. Thank you. Yep.